everyone, welcome back to your YouTube channel Swati Ki Pathshala. This is Swati Shashodia. How are you all? I hope you all good. So in the last video, we have to learn about introduction of heredity and evolution. Today's video, we will talk about Mendelism. This topic is not important for only 10th and 12th board examination students, but also important for those who preparing for CSIR NET examination. So let's get started. Mendelism sounds connect with someone's name, right? Yes. Experiment performed by Mendel's on genetics and description of mechanisms of hereditary process and formulation of principles are known as Mendelism. Mendel postulated various experimental laws of genetics. Gregor John Mendel was the father of genetics, while William Bateson was the father of modern genetics. Before start Mendelism, I would like to explain some genetical terms like factors, allele, genotype, phenotype, etc. First, we will start with factors. So, what do you understand by factors? Yes, factors are unit of heredity which is responsible for inheritance and appearance of characters. These factors were referred as genes. Morgan used symbol to represent factors. Dominant factors are represented by capital letters while recessive by small letters. For example, here you can see this picture. Capital D is denoted by dominant factor while small d is denoted by recessive factors. Next one is allele. What is allele? Yes, allele is nothing. It's the alternative form of gene which are located on same loci or position on homologous chromosome is called allele. Term allele was coined by W. Bateson. What are the difference between homozygous, heterozygous and hemizygous? Right. Homozygous, homo means same and zygous means zygote. In homozygous, a zygote is formed by fusion of two gametes having identical factors. Is called homozygote, and organisms developed from this zygote is called homozygous. For example, here you can see capital A, capital A, capital T, capital T, capital R, small t, small t. While in heterozygous, hetero means different and zygous means zygote. In heterozygous, a zygote is formed by fusion of two different types of gametes carrying different factors. Is called heterozygote. For example, capital B and small b. An individual developed from such zygote is called heterozygous. But in hemizygous, if individual contains only one gene of a pair, then individual is said to be hemizygous. For example, male individual is always hemizygous for sex-linked gene. Here you can see this example. Next one is genotype versus phenotype. In phenotype is the external and morphological appearance of an organism for a particular trait or character. For example, here you can see purple and white flowers. But in genotype is the genetic makeup of an organism for a particular character. Now come back again to Gregor John Mendel. In 1856 to 1857, he started his historical experiments of heredity on pea plant, that was Pisum sativum. His experimental work continued till 1863. After 16 years of Mendel's death in 19th century, Mendel postulated were rediscovered. Rediscovery by 3 scientists independently. The credit of rediscovery of Mendelism goes to 3 scientists. First scientist from Germany, Karl Corens. Second scientist from Holland, Hugo de Vries. And third one from Austria, Erich von Schermark. Corens gave 2 laws of Mendelism. Corens gives 2 laws of Mendelism. These laws are known as law of heredity, law of Mendelism, or law of inheritance. First law is law of segregation and second law is law of independent assortment. Later on we will study one by one each law of Mendelism. One more question comes into your mind, that why Mendel select only pea plant? Yes, right. Selection of garden pea plant is suitable for studies which have the following advantages. First one is, pea plant is annual plant with short life cycle of 2 to 3 months, so large number of offspring can be analyzed within a short period of time. Next one is, it has 7 contrasting traits like flower color, flower position, seed color, seed shape, pod color, pod shape, and stem length. Natural self-pollination is present in pea plant because pea plant have bisexual flowers. Both types of pollination can be done, self-pollination and cross-pollination. And last one is, the pea plant generates large number of seeds for each generation. What do you understand by monohybrid cross? Right. Mono means one and hybrid means combination of 2 different things. When we consider inheritance of one character at a time in a cross is called monohybrid cross. First of all, Mendel selected pure tall and pure dwarf plants. When crossed between pure tall and pure dwarf plant, in F1 generation or F1 progeny are no medium height plant, all plants were tall. When F1 plant self-pollinated to produce 2 kinds of plants in F2 generation. In F2 generation or F2 progeny of the F1 tall plants are not all tall. There are tall and dwarf plants. Both the tallness and shortness of traits were inherited in the F1 plants, but only the tallness trait was expressed. Thus, 2 copies of the trait are inherited in each sexually reproducing organisms. These 2 may be identical or may be different depending on the parentage. So what was the conclusion comes from these experiments? First conclusion, postulate of pair factor. According to Mendel, each genetic character is controlled by a pair of unit factor. It is known as conclusion of unit factor or pair factor. Second conclusion, postulate of dominance. When two different unit factors are present in single individual, only one unit factor are able to express itself is known as dominant unit factor. Another unit factor which unable to express is recessive unit factor. When dominant unit factor is present, then recessive unit factor cannot express and it is known as postulate or conclusion of dominance. For example, when cross between pure tall plant and pure dwarf plant, then in F1 generation, all plants were tall but they are impure. Only one unit factor is able to express itself and known as dominant unit factor. Another unit factor failed to express it is the recessive unit factor, and it is known as conclusion of dominance. On the other hand, in dihybrid cross, a cross in which there is study of inheritance of two contrasting traits like color of cotyledon and seed form. For example, color of cotyledon, yellow and green, are denoted by capital Y and small y, while seed form, round and wrinkled, are denoted by capital R and small r. Yellow and round characters are dominant and green and wrinkled are recessive characters. Mendel crossed yellow and round seeded plants with green and wrinkled seeded plants. All the plants in F1 generation had yellow and round seeds. When F1 plants were self-pollinated to produce four kinds of plants in F2 generation, such as yellow round, yellow wrinkled, green round, and green wrinkled. There are in the ratio of 9:3:3:1. And it is known as Mendel's law of independent assortment, which is based on F2 generation of dihybrid cross. If you want more videos, don't forget to press like, subscribe button and share with your friends and family. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.